Throughout your whole life, you've probably been told that college is your golden ticket to a successful future. And I'm not talking about any college, I'm talking about colleges like Harvard, Stanford, Princeton, and the other Ivy League schools. And society as a whole just puts so much pressure on the teenagers to get into these good, prestigious schools, where these institutions are glorified in movies, books, and all across the internet as the ultimate dream for teenagers. But let's face it, the reality is so far from this fantasy. Getting into one of these schools is almost like winning the lottery. And as more and more students apply, it just becomes more competitive each year. So how do colleges even choose who gets in, especially when everyone's resume looks exactly the same? Everyone does some kind of sport, everyone volunteers, and participates in the same extracurricular activity. It's like the only way to stand out is to either cure cancer or have your parents donate an entire building. In this video, I'll be sharing some of the flaws of the college application process and kind of share some insights for you so that you can approach the college application a little bit differently. With one of the flaws involving parents paying organizations to fake their students' test scores and other parts of the application. Some parents would even pay college recruiters to recruit their children. 5 years ago, there was a college application scandal that happened between two actresses, Lori Loughlin and Felicity Huffman. So basically what happened was it involved two elite college coaches, a CEO of a charitable organization, and the two actresses. So they would basically pay bribes to the CEO to kind of fake their test scores and other parts of the application. And it wasn't just small money, it was tens of thousands of dollars that they were paying. And this is just kind of saddening considering the college application is supposed to be based on merit and actual hard work. But now, just by having rich parents can get you into college with ease. And of course, this isn't something new because if we look at aspects of legacy admissions, it is basically still rich parents sending their kids off to good colleges. Now that we've talked about the scandals surrounding the college application process, let's delve deeper into the actual student experience. Where so many students are just participating in activities just to look good at colleges, rather than actually doing it for passion and doing something they actually like. Not only that, but students also have to pretend that they actually care about society or the community. Like it's come to the point where students are participating in volunteering and starting their nonprofits solely to appease colleges rather than for their own happiness or something they actually care about. But for me though, I think volunteering was actually pretty fun and enjoyable because I got to meet new friends there, connect with patients, and kind of learn more about the field. But all I'm trying to say is I think there should be like a balance, or yes, we should still participate in activities that relate to our career so we can explore it, but also go into things that we actually like. Like if you like playing sports, video games, or pursue your passion of knitting, whatever you like. I think we should also make time for those. So as a result, we're just doing activities just so it looks good on college rather than actually doing things we like. And the same thing kind of goes for choosing classes in high school as well. Or instead of taking classes you genuinely like and enjoy, you're kind of forced to take classes that cost hundreds of dollars to improve your grades and appease colleges. All the while, all this money is going to a not-for-profit organization, and I'm not saying any organization in particular, but they make billions of dollars each year despite being a not-for-profit. Makes a lot of sense. So for the past week, Afforai and I have been making something very special for you, my viewer. If you're planning to apply to a BSMD program or Ivy League, you will need some research experience to be competitive in the applicant pool. And for those who have written research papers, you know how hard and tedious that process can be. So, Afforai will be the solution to all of your problems. Afforai is a reference manager, citation generator, and a place where you can collaborate on all of your academic papers and for research. With Afforai, you can upload all of your research papers into one place and organize them into neat folders and tags. And it is also a great place to help organize all those citations you have to do for those research papers. So whether you're a high school student, college student, or whatever level of education you're pursuing, this will definitely streamline the research process. As my gift to you guys, by using code GEORGE, not pre-med George, but George, you can get 10% off of your first purchase. There is no software like it, and I promise it will be worth your money. So make sure to take advantage of this opportunity, as this will only be available for a limited time. And it's not just me, many others are also saying really good things about this program as well. And just this year, it was posted as in the top 50 AI products of 2024. So make sure to check it out, the link is in the description. Okay, so where was I?
I think you're talking about crap about the college board.
Oh, right. Okay. So the next point I want to talk about is the competition between high school students. In high school, you're basically in a never-ending competition with your classmates to make the top 10%. And oftentimes, this includes toxic competition between your friends and a lot of backstabbing.
Brother, help me!
Long live the king.
And the whole thing is just a huge mess. And I think the competition is just really petty, considering some people would rather have their friends die than lose their spot. It's come to the point where students are sacrificing their good morals to make it to the top. And not only that, but it's making learning less fun and take away from the value of it all. Because to make it to the top 10, there must be perfection. You cannot sell on any test or assignment whatsoever. It has to be the best. So oftentimes, the easiest way to achieve perfection is through cheating. And I just think this whole thing is rigged because it's programming students' minds to think that cheating to get a good grade is better than actually making the mistakes and failing a couple of times to actually learn the material, because this is what's benefit us more in college. Like, there were some people in the top 10% who had no idea what they were doing in calculus whatsoever, but they somehow got a 90. It just doesn't add up. And right when you thought the competition was over, it's college application season. And let's say when two people apply to the same program that's super competitive, things get kind of messy. You choose to not share essays with them or just gatekeep any knowledge that would help them in general. So in this whole application process, everyone's just looking out for themselves. Like, one, they don't reveal any colleges they're applying to, any scholarships they're applying to, or any research or whatever opportunities they're involved in case everyone gets an unfair edge over them. What I've covered is just the tip of the iceberg. What I want to go into next is the whole culture of college admissions. Online, you've probably seen so many college decision reaction videos of students getting to like ivies and other crazy schools. And watching these, you just have dreams of getting into these schools as well, so just binge watch video after video to gauge your chances. Then you go to Reddit to read the chance me posts, once again to compare yourself with other people. And when you realize your stats are so much better than yours, your confidence just drops to the floor. Because in the end, it's only the top 1% of students that actually make these posts. Students with like 1500s, they're ranked number 1 in their class and have all these crazy stats. You never really see the average student make a lot of these posts. So just speaking from personal experience, nothing good even happens or comes out of comparing yourself to others. Just leaves you miserable and bad. In my cycle, I applied to 20 colleges, mostly BSME programs, and didn't get an offer from any of them. And my dream school was the Baylor to Baylor program, which only accepts 6 people and out of 2,000 applicants. While I didn't get in, I'm still happy with the college I'm going to, which is going to be UTD. All to say, I find the concept of attending an Ivy League just overrated. People just apply to these schools simply just for the prestige without actually taking a minute to ask some really important questions. Like, 1, is this even the right fit for me? 2, is this good for my major? And 3, how is the student body and student culture over there? Like, people just apply to all the Ivy Leagues for no reason. And just for some perspective, there's like 8 Ivies, and all of them cost like $80 per application. So that's almost $640 you're paying there. So 1, it's super expensive, and have you seen the supplementals? They are long. The reality is, there's simply more than just prestige in the ranking of a university, since many lesser known universities actually have comparable education to these top universities. On average, the difference between T30 schools and T80 schools is really none. It's just the ranking, and the ranking is just a part of the college admission business. A higher ranking is often used to appeal to students and parents to increase the enrollment rate and make more people apply. And as those numbers increase, the colleges make a lot of money.
It's not a liquid!
Take Northeastern for example, which was once a no-name college in Massachusetts, has now become one of the most well-known T20s in the nation. So how exactly did they do it? It's not like they improved education or improved the overall quality of the school. What actually happened was they were playing the college admissions game. Basically in like the 1980s, the US News released its list of the 50 best colleges. And what actually happened was this list gave colleges so much power, as this list was basically seen as the only relevant colleges in the entire United States. So this kind of gave the dean of the Northeastern University a pretty big brain idea at the time. So he thought, what if, since we're right now struggling to make ends meet, instead of actually improving our school, let's just improve our rankings. So this is basically what he did.
The rest of the plan is simple. I fly to the moon. I shrink the moon. I grab the moon. I sit on the toilet. What?
As you know, the list is basically has a rubric to grade each college, and that's how it determines the rankings. Factors like graduation rates, student to faculty ratio play into these rankings. So by playing the numbers game and by improving these certain aspects, Northeastern quickly rose up those charts and was getting into the T20s. And over the years, it's not like the college got any better. In fact, it kind of got worse. Like one, the tuition's crazy expensive, and two, it's getting more and more crowded as more people are enrolling. So by looking at it this way, this whole ranking system basically shows this whole college admission process as a competition between colleges, where each school is fighting for the rings at the top and you're simply the customer paying for the product, which is the university. Ultimately, all I'm trying to say is the Ivy League isn't for everyone. Like for one, if you're looking at the culture, it is very suffocating considering how competitive each Ivy League school is. So definitely do your research online and also make sure to ask actual students there and many other people to get multiple perspectives. The truth is, each admission officer is different and has their own personal bias. Their experiences or background can definitely play a role into how they view your application. In an HBO interview I watched talking about the college admission process, a couple of AOs actually openly admitted to these personal biases. Like for example, one was a first-generation immigrant, and they kind of had a soft spot for people of similar backgrounds. And another had a soft spot for young African Americans who grew up in troubled backgrounds. And this is all to say that the AOs are humans as well. They are going to be subjective because they're not AI or machines. So definitely some emotion and backgrounds or things from the past can definitely shape their decision in your application. So the fact is, a lot of the process is really up to chance, whether we like it or not. It's just a couple of people basically deciding the future for the rest of the 4 years of our life. While this is a flaw, I think we can use this to our advantage. At the end, the AOs are looking to accept the human with a unique and a distinct background. So by crafting a compelling story in your essays, I think we can strike the emotional chords of these admission officers and kind of sway our way into the colleges. So let's say the college application process doesn't go your way and you're rejected from your dream school. The truth is, it's okay. College is just the beginning. At the end of the day, your future doesn't rely entirely on the college application process. And I think what makes the process so stressful in the first place is the mindset that students think the college application process is like the end-all be-all. If I don't get into a good school, then my life is screwed. But the truth is, that's utter garbage. Like for most careers, yes, the college you go to will definitely help you get a job, but as you get more experience, I'm sure recruiters would rather take someone with more experience than coming right off the bat from a good college. And looking at it from a perspective of pre-med, college is really just the beginning. Since in a pre-med path, you have 11 years of education and college is just only 4. So really the prestige of a college really does not matter, and it's more about the quality of the education that I am getting. So for my high school students, it is okay. Do not be too stressed about this whole process because after all, I also went through that process and I've gained a lot of perspective since then. And I hope by watching this video, you gain a new perspective on the college application process and approach it differently rather than having a short-sighted mindset as I used to have. For my seniors, make sure to have fun this year and actually make the most out of it and try not to overwork yourselves. And if you're like me, someone who's already been through high school and is kind of regretting some of the parts because you wish you did more, it is okay. College will let you do everything you want to do. So don't let that regret hold you back and do everything you can in these next 4 years. It's clear that the system places an immense burden on students. Like, the pressure from society to attend a good college only intensifies this stress. It seems as though our future is dependent on a single acceptance letter from college. But it doesn't have to be this way. The college admission process shouldn't be about chasing a college just for its prestige, but actually for one that fits us. Like, we should stop glorifying certain institutions because of their high prestige, and instead normalizing the fact that students can choose many different colleges based on their own array of interests. And I think if we change this kind of mindset, I think students can definitely approach this whole process with less stress and with more confidence.